this poster caption is where you're going to try to be a little more creative, thinking about what does this picture say? How do I draw people into the image? And I'm going to show you some examples right now. But it's a single sentence about the place you are advertising, okay? So it's describing the content, but it should be a little more than a simple description. It should be something that sort of that draws people into it or makes people think. So there's a huge amount you can do creatively, visually, but also when you can combine visual creativity with verbal creativity, then the two things come together. Now, in this class, I emphasize more on the visual because we're not doing enough of that, and that is my special area, but creative visual is always amplified by great creative verbal, so written word. So like the images for not driving, not riding somebody's bumper and leaving space between cars on the highway. Visually pretty creative, but then the words are so tiny and they don't really sort of help emphasize the notion of tailgating and how dangerous it is. So these are the verbal things. So these are the things you're going to add. And these are the things, when I've said that's a good image with an empty place, you can put words there and that sort of thing. Actually, let me open just for a second, because I want to show you where we had a struggle. Yeah, is somebody asking a question?
Yeah, for you, the Instagram account, what do you mean by the Instagram account? Like, should it be on the post?
Okay. I was going to tell you more about that on Wednesday, but I can tell you some right now.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's okay because there you go. The example is going to come right up. So this is, all right. So that's why I put these things together. So this is posted up there. So I will give you the address. I think it may be somewhere. Let me see if it's in here. Okay, no, it's not in my description, sorry. So I have a link to this page, which enables you to make a fake Instagram post. Okay, so it will, unfortunately, doesn't really restrict you on the picture size, but the idea is to take like this poster, right? And take the ideas in the poster. So there's the hashtags at the bottom. There's a logo for Dubai. Okay, that's kind of the Burj logo, which is also what's in the image here. So that's okay. We said, so City of the Future is the slogan she put on there. Well, actually, it's City of the Future. So that's a little bit of a made up slogan. And then enjoy the view. So there's no mention that this is D3, which is the designer district, and the fact that this fantastic view you can be had from there. And I mean, this is a picture they even took in their car, but it works. It really does, except it's squished. But then you take that image and then you build it into a post in the fake Instagram post. So these are all done in this tool where you put the picture for the account and then there's the account. Then you put in where the picture was taken. Then you can have the number of likes. You can, you can make this really nice and that sort of thing. Then you could even put some comments in. And then this is where you put the hashtag. So here you use Instagram and the way you would actually present the post. And you don't just copy the poster and jam it in. You say, okay, what's the strongest way I can show that picture? Because if people were exposed to the poster, say on the side of the highway or someplace like that, and then they saw the Instagram, they would make the mental connection. Did that help? I know you need the address, but I'll get it for you. I do have it. So these are, the good thing about the last two is that they essentially have all the same requirements that you guys have. Before 2020, the requirements varied at different times. So that's why there's different things put into the different ones. Okay.
Here we have a question.
Huh?
Should I choose the same picture that I edit on?
Okay. Say that again.
Should I choose the same picture for the posted?
Yes, it's the same picture for the poster and the post. Yes.
I mean, for the previous activity.
Okay, that was my intent so that you weren't wasting your time. But ultimately, if you find another one and you want to change, there's not, time is running down. And I am going to make some comments on those, especially since I got my big administrative project done. But yeah, I don't restrict that. I'm just trying to help you focus and get to it.
Yeah. Should I put it in the coffee that I will advertise on or on my account?
No. This is fake. This is fake Instagram.
Yeah, should I? Yeah, I mean, I will put it the account. Should I put in the cafe or should I put in my fake account?
No,
I will
I'm
put
saying,
it in the cafe account as a fake. Is it fine?
yeah, I would make a fake. That's what I'm saying. You don't. It does not have to be posted on Instagram. It has to look like it was posted on Instagram. Because I probably still have it. I had an Instagram account where I had people post things, but that seems like a bit more of a struggle than this. So doing the lookalike, the fake one, is where we will do it. I mean, if you really want to post it somewhere, that's fine with me, but I want to be able to see it. So if you want to really post it, see, this one doesn't look as much like an Instagram. And actually, I love this phrase, Los Angeles is like a beauty parlor at the end of the parlor. So she even took that phrase from Emily Mortimer, who's an actress. Unfortunately, see, this is where she needed something and she did Destination America, which is a USA tourism logo. And unfortunately, it is Laguna Beach. It's not actually in Los Angeles. So here's the one I'm talking about with Venice. So there's what the post looks like, and there's where it's bordered on the side. So what she did is she kept the image pretty clean and put the, you think Paris is the city of love? Think twice. And then it's Venice, at Venice, floating city, visit Venice, gondola. Okay, so it's in the rivers. And so the picture is strong enough. And then the border. Here's the one I'm talking about. See, there's what I call the desert Dubai logo. Okay, Dubai tourism. And then there's the poster. We could make it look a little bigger. I made these smaller. And then I'll be talking more about the fonts and things like that. So there's no specific slogan for Dubai here. I'd like you to even make one up. But for the poster, it's from the earth to the sky. Makes some sense. So here's Maldives. Here it is. Okay, so this. Okay, so this is an example. This, I really do love this picture of Qasr Al Hosn. Okay, now so it's Abu Dhabi, and it's your extraordinary story, not plural, story. But the hardest thing here was figuring out where to put this information. So so she used the Abu Dhabi logo, she used a version. It's not exactly right. And she's using different fonts here. But Qasr Al Hosn, the ancestral home of Al Nahyan, and then the hashtags and stuff, but this is not the best placement. It was really hard to sort of figure out exactly where to put this. I think I had ideas over in this dark space here. But the thing is, there's a naturalness to this photograph that draws us upward toward the light, and even looking at the tower shows us that way. And this is just kind of blocky that I wanted to show you. So this is one of the struggles you're going to go through at the end of your making your poster, is putting it in the right place. So it is part of the project, and it is, I mean, definitely a totally different approach is, let's go to 2020 fall. Let's go to, there it is, student posters. So here, actually, the text takes a very prominent form, but I think that makes a very strong poster. Okay, so she put in Louvre kayaking, visit Abu Dhabi at Louvre Abu Dhabi. Okay, and it's see humanity in a new light. And then here's the slogan thing on the bottom. There's a Louvre logo and an Abu Dhabi logo. So there's a lot of different ways to organize and use the text within the image. Okay, so, and there's the version. So there, all those hashtags and stuff are gone from the Instagram. And then she put the line here with the hashtags, and obviously it's the at Louvre Abu Dhabi fake place. Okay, this is the one this one also, using the text is very difficult. The picture is very strong. I would try to find a way to approach it differently. The text should be smaller. There's some other ways to let this photograph shine, and some ways to use the colors from her dress that are in contrast to the colors of the camel in the desert. It's actually a very nice contrast from each other. So this is important stuff. This gives you this, you can sort of see you've got a last exit logo, and she liked that. And here's see humanity in a new light, and it says walk to the light, Louvre Abu Dhabi. Okay, makes sense. It's about positioning those things. This one is not as exciting in the image, but it's good use. There's the Emirates logo, and there's a Swayhan logo. I don't know if that's made up or not, but it's sort of showing the white sand, and it's got a little bit of sunset in it. And okay, so it does have some interesting elements for not the absolutely most exciting photograph, but the poster works, that there's beauty in it, etc. So, okay, so let me now show you some examples. Okay, let me show you some examples. Okay, I'm going to show you, these are the, okay, so I'm going to go to the Finder to look at them. We're going to look here, and okay, so this is a campaign that was out of the UAE, and this was a special version of the Volkswagen Beetle, okay? And it's combined with Fender. Fender makes guitar. So this is built on the notion of a verbal phrase, but the visual completes it and the reader completes it. So all you need is what? I know you guys aren't totally or really into rock and roll very much, but when you see that, what is all you need? From the picture, from the color, come on, it's almost Valentine's Day. All you need is
a date.
A date. Thanks, Shams. All you need. Okay.
All you need is a car.
Haram. Yeah, no, all you need is love. So the car represents love. Okay. And that's a famous Beatles song. So it's called the Beetle, right? So that sort of connects it. All you need is love. All you need is a car. All right.
Oh, that's
Then
so
you can
creative.
find love if you have a red car. All right. So then they did another one. Anybody know what that one is? This was the new design of the new Beetle, which is better. I call it the Bug, not the Beetle so much. So Fender makes rock guitars. So this is all about music. It's a guitar pick. So clearly I am much more in the audience for these ads than you guys. So born to be, anybody know what? What are we born to be? Because I'm hearing music in my head. There you go, thanks. Shamsa, all right, old school rock and roller, Shamsa's totally on top, okay? Born to be wild. Get your motor running, get out on the highway, okay. Okay? Come on, you guys, gotta know what you wanna, don't worry and what you wanna be.
Be happy.
There you go, absolutely. A little song I wrote, it goes note by note, don't worry, be happy. Blue, interestingly, is not really a happy color per se, but it could make you feel like water and the ocean and being chilled and maybe, a little Jamaican thing. And they do some interesting things with actually the type. They're mixing it up a lot and making it, Born to be Wild, that's hard rock, so it's black. Love is red. The blue is different, but, if you're thinking Jamaican and you're thinking a little Rastafarian, and what do girls just want to have? Cyndi Lauper? Okay, girls just want to have fun. All right. Shamsa Haram, you shouldn't know all this, should you? Okay.
Oh yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So girls just want to have fun. So yellow is sort of lighter. It's staying away from obvious. I mean, what would be the obvious female color?
Pink.
Huh? Pink. Yeah, I heard somebody say. Yeah. So doing it yellow, it's still happy and it's fun, right? So they're not going crazy. So this is mixing the words in the picture, really actually quite nice. Wait a minute. I don't know this one. So, but I can guess. I feel like I should search now. Okay, so it's also, let me see. Yeah. My guess would be harder, better, faster, stronger. That stronger should be the word that comes next. And now I need to know. So, sorry, I will distract for a little second. Whoops, I brought that back to the front. There it is. Daft Punk, okay. Oh, okay. It's got an official video, so it is a song from Daft Punk. Let's see the lyrics. Yep, harder, better, faster, stronger. So actually that is a pretty good choice, because even though I don't know the song, I can finish the phrase. Okay, so harder, better, faster, stronger, and that then skews a little younger. Okay, so that's a whole series. We know they're connected by the visual style, and it's nice use of fonts, but in the end, it's very verbal. Okay, so this is kind of a crazy one, and this is longer than I expect from you. You don't have to write something, but take a read of that. So Okay, Hamda, raise your hand.
Sorry, that was an accident, sir.
Okay, all right, we'll get it. I had technical problems. So anybody want to comment on this one? It's a good turn of a phrase. Because here the words, remember we talked about dividing the frame by thirds. These words are dominant. Then this is to the right and it's down at the bottom. So we look and it's American Garden and it's coconut juice. So it's being played down. So they really want you to read the words and then your eyes will travel down. So does anybody see, once again, obviously I downloaded this because I think it's funny and maybe
Sir?
you guys don't. Yeah?
Isn't there a theory about like advertising posters of like the Z formation or something?
Okay, that would work here. And actually that would go right along the thirds lines if you divide by third. So because it's in English, you're reading left to right. So whoops, not what I wanted to do. Okay, so you would read across, then you could go down, and then this image would draw you back again. So that, I'll have to look that up. I don't know that theory, but it fits with things that the theories I adhere to.
Yeah,
So
sir. Apparently they put like, whenever they're like doing posters, they put like the product on the bottom right because it's the last thing that stays in the viewer's mind. So they think about it last and it sticks in their minds the most.
and it's kind of as you exit the poster in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that's apparently how your eyes
Travel.
generally analyze a poster. Yeah.
Because I showed the one that was the okay, whatever, the spiral coming out, and that has some of the elements of the Z. There, a lot of different people have studied it, but in this one, that totally makes sense. I can see that happening, that once I finish the reading. So I'll look it up and I will come back to you on that. So thank you. I can learn something new today. I appreciate it. Okay, so coconut juice increases your metabolism significantly. Okay, statement sounds like a product statement. And then they go on to, but that doesn't mean you can just sit there and do nothing. So they're saying, okay, it's going to increase your metabolism, but it's not magic. It's not going to make you skinny. All right. And then they go, then they add the humor part. So they've sort of had a claim, a disclaimer, which is you can't just sit there. And then they go to the third sentence, which is, unless you're a ninja. Seriously, are you a ninja? If so, please add us on Facebook. So not only have they sold us the product, they've told us about their Facebook by saying if we're a ninja, they you know, if I'm a ninja, they want me to follow them. But in general, they want me to follow them anyway. So that does all those things. And I can go to Facebook. It's like, yeah, I'm signing up because I'm a ninja. It'd be curious to know how many people actually did sign up. But this is very nice, very tight writing. So, but I think where we can take it is even from something that doesn't mean you can just sit there and do nothing unless you're a ninja. Okay, so that's where the real core of that ad is speaking. Okay, this is one that's an interesting combination of the visual and the image. So obviously it's a vacation place. I know you got okay. Okay, so all right, so this is taking the idea of the word. So you create an expectation. So you think exhausted, then you go down the water slide. And so that's like the dad in the family. I'm exhilarated, so that then the water slide changes from exhausted to exhilarated. And then this is the little kid who wants to go home now, but then after the fun of the water slide, can we go home never? Okay. This is the teenager with a definite attitude. What a load of smiles. Okay. So they're not writing a word, but they're making you think of a word. So that's sort of, you plan a vacation and this place is going to change your attitude. So it's definitely connecting the words with a very simple phrase. Okay. This is one that it doesn't mean anything in Arabic, right?
That's what I was trying to find out.
Because I don't think it does. I've shown it a number of times, but it's trying to give you the feeling of Arabic. Yeah? Because what it's selling is a Swiss bank, okay, that is doing Islamic banking and Swiss standards. So the Swiss are known for high quality banking and, you know, privacy and all those things that when we think of a Swiss bank. So I'm curious from your point of view, visually, I might be slightly impressed, but I'm very disappointed that it doesn't actually say something. To me, if you're going to do this, it needs to say something in Arabic. And this might actually be irritating for you because you know it doesn't say anything, right? Anyone?
Sure, I think it says Swiss, but it's flipped or something.
No, it does say Swiss, absolutely. It says Swiss backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't say anything in Arabic. The challenge, kind of like when I showed you that logo, those logos of CLP, and the CLP was also the image for China. So when you get both languages in one place, it's very impressive. It's something that in my mind, a lot of times you can do that in Arabic more easily with Kufic script and things like that. You can make it look like things. And I think if the people don't actually write and live in Arabic, they don't even fully understand that that Arabic can be very designed to look like a lot of things, and Arabic reading, speaking people can still read it. Because here, that is all pushed towards me, because it says Swiss backwards, which I have, you know, which as an English reading, speaking person, I can see. And if I was German or Swiss or something else, well, it's actually wouldn't be the same spelling. So ultimately, it's kind of pushed toward people who speak English, even though it's an attempt at looking like Arabic calligraphy. So so Islamic banking Swiss standards. It's an interesting idea. I don't think it's a totally whoops. What just happened there? I don't know. How did I lose my participants? Okay, wait. They're there. Okay, you're back. All right. So then this one. This is in New Zealand. This is about going there. New Zealand, very natural, etc. I mean, now they might be advertising the fact that there's no COVID and you can't come anyway. So less hashtag, more haystack out in the countryside. It's a farm hostel, so it's out on a farm. New Zealand is known for sheep. It's also the idea of sheep jumping over fences, things like that. So it gets so quiet here, you can hear a pin fall asleep. So you don't hear a pin drop. That one might be a little more of a stretch. Any reaction? So this is saying, you know, Waldorf Astoria, New York, 5 stars, Burj Al Arab, 7 stars, Dubai, Onoku Farm Hostel, Milky Way. So you can see the entire sky and the whole Milky Way. Kind of like if you went to Lapland and saw the Northern Lights, you could sort of do something like that. I like this one. In the unlikely event that you can't sleep, we have sufficient supply of fence and sheep. So people counting sheep as they jump over fences. And on an actual sheep farm, you don't want the sheep jumping over the fences, but hey, it helps you sleep. So, okay, so those are a very basic form to the poster, and then it's about what the words say, whether, you know, so come and disconnect, quiet and complete disconnect from urban. It's the countryside. You can enjoy all of nature, and the skies are clear, so you can see the Milky Way. And then sort of even tells a story that if you still can't sleep, well, you can count sheep. Okay, so this is just, these are examples, just looking. These ones are a little curious, okay? So you do need to start thinking about those elements, okay? So this is sort of, these are being ironic. These are things like this one is for Mother's Day. This is a guilt trip. So this is something your mother would say. Don't turn down a shift at work just to see me for silly old Mother's Day. So this is something your mother might say. And the mother's part, it's showing you work visually, okay? Time card, avoid the guilt trip, take the Virgin line in Australia and go see your mother, okay? And then this is another thing, I don't know if Emirati moms say this kind of stuff, definitely Western moms say this kind of stuff. Joan's son visited her yesterday. Isn't he nice? Okay, so you could just jump on the train and go see your mom. Lily says hi. Yeah, she talks now. All right, so that's like, all right, you haven't seen her, your niece, whichever, okay? So it's kids, you should just get on the train and come. This is totally Australian. Robbo and Wes came up the other day. It was good to have most of the old crew back together. So this is mates getting together and you didn't join. So it's your friend trying to guilt you for not having the old crew back together. So this is clearly for watching cricket together and having a pint. So, okay. And this is, your fiance seems really sweet from what I've read on Facebook. So obviously the guy in the city has not taken his fiance to meet his mother. Okay, so those are all, it's the idea of this notion. The visuals are built around the words. The words are a nice advertisement. This is some classic Volkswagens. Actually, since we had that other Volkswagen, we're going to start and end with Volkswagens. Volkswagen took sort of what would be thought of as kind of offensive to call it a lemon, okay? This Volkswagen missed the boat, and it talks about how their quality control is so high that they guarantee you'll never get a lemon, okay? This preoccupation with detail means the VW lasts longer and requires less maintenance by and large than other cars. It also means a used VW depreciates less than other cars. We pluck the lemons, you get the plums. So it just says lemon. This is a lemon, okay? This is a classic one. It's really harsh. Ted Kennedy drove a Volkswagen, he'd be president today. he crashed a car with a young woman in it. She ended up drowning. He got away, and basically that ended all possibilities that he could be president. And a Volkswagen Beetle, at least the old ones, floated. So that describes how it floats. It's very cynical, but it's something that at the time this was advertised, people knew what it meant. And in fact, it has a bit of a hippie vibe, so it's a cooler vibe that would connect with this. So that is those different ideas, getting you thinking about the line to write. You can see some people have done it well on the examples, some people not so much. And that's where we're headed next. You are still working on the visual, but what I want you to do is have the visual all together, and then we'll move from there. So I don't think we need to be panicking, because I am giving you time, and you will be able to present what you've done. You've had a lot of opportunity for feedback. You'll get more. I will talk more. I'm gonna talk more specifically about type and how to bring it together on Wednesday. I will have posted another tutorial on structuring posters. I have different ones on how to get them the right size and all those sorts of things. The whole idea behind what you did for activity 7 was for you to mess with Photoshop and to learn the different things. It's not about creating specific results. It's about playing with the program and creating something and discovering the things you can make happen in Photoshop. And the only way you do it is by playing, is by messing with it. So I'm giving you some credit for playing. And that's the objective of that. It's not, you're not being marked on some result. It's about looking at your image, manipulating it, and then you can make some changes. So the other thing is, definitely, if you want to understand more about the Instagram posts, look at those examples from last summer and from last fall. Those show you the relationship between the poster and between the poster and the Instagram post. So they are using the same picture, using the same words, using those same elements. The same elements have to be in both, but you arrange them differently because it's a different medium. And I will right now, before I go on to my next meeting, I will post the link for the fake Instagrams. Okay, and you are going to devise it there, then you will make it. So you will have the poster. I'm not asking you to bring in any new elements. You will just transform the elements to put them into the Instagram post. Okay, so the best, honestly, for me, the best way you can understand what we're doing is to look at the results of other people. And in my opinion, the best results, the Ferrari World one was outstanding, and that's from 2015. But the latest ones show the elements, the exact same elements that from fall are showing you the exact same elements I want you to do for now in spring. Okay, so when you have specific questions and we get there, I will, by tomorrow or Tuesday, I will send you comments on all the other, on what you've done on the last activity, and also what sort of the manipulations, but also because hopefully you've manipulated a smaller version of your final image, you will have learned a whole bunch of tricks in Photoshop, even if you don't realize it, but you will then, I can make a comment on the image and what's possible with it. And maybe when I start talking about the word, you'll understand it more. But honestly, specific to what we're doing, look at those images from last spring and last fall. Okay, so I'm hoping this helps. We have recorded it, so